Please welcome to the stage, Brother James.
TEDxTraverseCity, if you're ready to make it an amazing day, say yes!
Yes!
Say yes!
Yes!
This one's called Animal.
Burning deep in my soul. I know it's time for me to go. And in this journey, I'm gonna take it slow. Assess my prey before I start to hone my blade. This ain't no phase, no longer grazing in this field that I once laid. I wanna taste, let go of haste. Blood in the water, oh, I will not hesitate, because I'm an animal. I want my belly full. I will not go to my grave with this inside of me. Well, I'm an animal, and I can feel the pull. It's time to open my cage and see who I can be. Come on. Yes, I'm an animal. Come on. Escape, now create my own state. I'm the one with the power to dictate my own fate. Persist to exist, now make a list of the egos in my life I must dismiss. Cause it's a battle in my mind to know that I'm divine, that I'm the mastermind in this day-to-day and grind. Come on, I'm an animal. I want my belly full. I will not go to my grave with this inside of me. Well, I'm an animal, and I can feel the pull. It's time to open my cage and see who I can be. I wanna hear you scream, whoa, whoa. Well, I'm an animal. Well, I'm an animal. Whoa, whoa. Well, I'm an animal. finally, it's time for me to cease. Release me because I'm a beast. I know who it is we be. Let's change this world we see, leaving these crumbs and seeds. It's time to bare our teeth. Well, I'm a lion and you're a lion. I wanna hear you roar. I'm a lion and you're a lion, and it is time for you and me to roar. Well, I'm an animal, I want my belly full. I will not go to my grave with this inside of me. Well, I'm an animal, and I can feel the pull. It's time to open my cage and see who I can be. Well, that was fun. So I got a question for you. What is it that you plan to do with this one wild and precious adventure of a life? How do we even start to answer that question, right? The late Stephen Covey would say, let's start with the end in mind. And when we actually look at the end of most human beings' lives, what we find is regret. An Australian nurse named Bonnie Wares asked her dying patients what it was they regretted about their lives or what they would do differently. These were the 5 regrets. Number 1, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not a life that others expected of me. Number 2, I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express myself. Number 4, I wish I'd stayed in better contact with my friends. And number 5, I wish I'd let myself be happier. Now, if there's one thing that we can learn from these 5 regrets, it's that it's a great investment of time and energy to create courage in our lives, to go after what we love, to spend time with the people who we love, and create a magnificent life. Would you agree? I believe that we can develop courage through connecting to our passions, developing a deep sense of purpose for being alive, and for practicing gratitude. I think those 3 components really add up to create courage inside of us to go after our dreams and to love the way we want to love. When I was 20 years old, I was recruited into an amazing direct sales company called Cutco Knives. Probably a lot of you I sold knives to in this room, actually. Thank you. And so I had amazing success in that company. I became one of the top reps of all time very quickly within 5 years. And I was essentially living the dream. You know, we're taught to go to school, go to college, get a job. So it was very confusing when I felt unfulfilled and borderline depressed, even with success. This is kind of my first experience of success without fulfillment. So then in 2008, my brother Sean and I, he's a cute little guy, isn't he? My brother Sean and I decided to record a 3-song album for our parents and family for Christmas. We were literally just trying to save a couple bucks on Christmas presents. And that 3-song album turned into an 11-song album, and it changed my life. I fell in love, connected to my passion, creating music, playing music, performing music. So about 2-3 months later, I called my brother. I'm like, dude, I got a question for you, man. Can I join your band? He said yes. The band's name was Function, a 7-piece funk soul groove band. In that band, what did I do? I played hand percussion. Oh, that's my brother. Everyone say hi, Sean. Hi, Sean. Thanks for letting me join the band, dude. It was awesome. So in the band, I played hand percussion. And that's where you play hand drums, like hand drums, congas, tambourines, shakers. Some of you have those in your hand. And then the next thing that I did is I beatboxed and rapped. And then I rapped. I want to welcome you all to Traverse City, where the trees are green and the water is pretty. Want to thank you now for the energy given. TEDxTC, this is just the beginning. That was fun. My mom and I wrote that together. So I fell in love with playing music. Over the next 4 years, 2009 to 2012, Function and myself toured all over the country playing 600 shows in 26 states. We were on a roll. And during that time, if there's any artists or musicians in the room, sometimes it's challenging to make money. So the money that we were making, on this screen you will see about 4 money wraps of $1,000 each, which is equal to about $4,000. $4,000 was the equivalent of what we would make working 80 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. So during that time, I continued to work my direct sales business. I didn't give it up and just say, I'm only going to be a musician. I said, how can I use the skill sets that I have, the vehicles that I have, the tools that I have that I've already built in my life to follow my passions? So in many ways, I was like Clark Kent and Superman. It was like a mix. And when the band came to an end, this proved to be invaluable. As the band came to an end, I thought to myself, I want to be a solo musician. And that was daunting at the time because at that time in 2012, I couldn't sing, I could barely play guitar, and I had no idea how to even plug one of these things in. And that was only 3.5 years ago. So I used my direct sales business to be able to fund the ability to follow my passions. And the one piece to this that I want to connect with you all on is purpose. This is so huge because I remember failing over and over and over again in this process. And trying to sing was very challenging. Losing my voice, playing guitar, having like bloody hands or my fingers hurting or not being able to play through a full song. Technology, the number of times I've looked at this technology, I've been like, why am I even doing this? There's the key word. Why am I doing this? Purpose is simply why we do what we do with our time. So if you're curious about how to develop purpose in your life, just consistently ask the question, why? Why did I want to be a musician? I wanted to be a musician because I was driven to be a musician. I felt like it was living inside of me. I felt like if I wasn't a musician, I was going to turn my back on my dreams. That was the first level of why. Second level of why was, well, why do I want to be a musician? Why do I want to do what I love? Because if I do what I love, then I feel love and I feel happy and I feel fulfilled. Even when I was having massive success, I wasn't feeling fulfilled. And now if I just go out and play a show, I feel fulfilled. Connected to my passion, living my dream was making me feel fulfilled. Well, why is it important to be fulfilled? Because if I'm fulfilled, then I'll inspire other people. I'll lift them up. I'll lift up our community. I will be giving contribution just through following my passion. Why is that important? Because if we follow our passions and we help other people follow their passions, we change the world. We change the game. We're living an inspired life, not a conditioned life. So, this was one of my first shows. She was a great audience member. That was a huge point in my life. So I went from just playing in backyards to starting the looping game on 4th of July parties. And then eventually moving into 2016. This year, 3 years later, I'll play over 150 shows, clubs, venues, festivals, and my biggest passion. It's amazing how when you connect to your passion and purpose, the world starts opening itself up to you. Working with kids and working with you all, helping you to connect to your passion and your purpose. That's the goal. That's why I'm here. That's why I play music, to inspire you to do what you love. Two ways to find your passion. Really, 2 questions. Here's a great one to ask. This isn't the end-all, be-all. Finding your passion is a personal journey, but these are 2 questions to get you started. When I was a young kid, before anyone told me what to do or who to be, what did I love to do? What did I dream about? What was magic? And if you inherited $100 million, what would you do with your time, with your life? Purpose. I told you how to find purpose, which is consistently ask why. And a little more concise version of that is,
look for a trail of whys in your life that you cannot turn your back on. Consistently ask why until you're going deep enough where you're like, I have to do that. Now, caution, this might be really good for your health. Research shows that connecting to your purpose is going to, what's the first one? Live longer. The second one is fight against heart disease, heart attacks. The third one is handle pain better. And the fourth one is fight against Alzheimer's disease. Now, as we move through connecting to our passion and developing a deep sense of purpose, all of us are going to face one thing. And it's really the initial thing that we have to get through. That thing is fear. Whenever you feel fear, close your eyes or grab a journal and start practicing the power of being grateful. And it will connect you to the pieces that are already living inside of your soul so that you have the power to follow your dreams. So before you go to sleep at night, before you wake up in the morning, ask yourself one question. What am I grateful for? And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Traverse City's own Miss Dawn Campbell.
There came a time in my life when I knew I had to try and open up my eyes. It seemed so simple to me. Why such a struggle to be? My own insecurities keep creeping up on me. No more time in today. The sun is fading away, and I'm left feeling cray-cray. It's time to make a change. I got to rearrange. Late night in bed I lay. Why does it seem so strange to concentrate on what's great and sustain this feeling, give it meaning? It is healing with one simple question. What am I grateful for? I think about the little things. And what am I grateful for? So many simple things.
I woke up with a stretch and a yawn, so tired and I know I have to mow this lawn. I gotta call my mom, I'll go to the studio a little bit later. Gotta write this song, it could be worse if I was fighting a war. Dying from a disease with no real cure. Homeless on the street, so cold and poor, and not complaining about all these chores.
What am I so grateful for?
I gotta write it down so that it makes some sense about having a job, paying some rent, putting food on the table, respect for all my ladies and gents. I'm speaking in languages, taking it in, surfing waves in the sunshine, catching a tan, clean clothes on my back and a couple of wraps. My family, the kitty cats, how about that?
What am I grateful for? I think about the little things. And what am I grateful for? So many simple things. And what am I grateful for?
Come on.
I think about the little things. And what am I grateful for? So many simple things.
What am I so grateful for?
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 Oh, what am I so grateful for?
What am I so grateful for?
What am I so grateful for? Think about
Thank you so much, TEDxTraverseCity.
Brother James!
The Elk Rapids 6th grade choir, ladies and gentlemen. Directed by Mr. Rob Stowe.